Welcome to Women at Halftime podcast, but not just for women, for you men too. If you're at mid-career or the halftime of life, our inspirational topics are not only fun, but also meant to help you maximize and write your next chapter. Right here with me, Deborah Johnson. Well, I am so excited about today having a guest on that has been on here before, but it's been since 2020. It's been all of those years. And I'm having Veena on, Veena Prashanth. Now I got her last name correct. But the interview we had before was all about membership sites, but there is so much more to talk about right now. And so I'm so excited because one of the courses that actually is going to be available, I opened it up twice a year, is my Hero Mountain Summit course. And I use the software that Veena is going to be talking about today, Digital Access Pass. HeroMountainSummit.com. You can check that out. You can start it free. But there's so much now with the growth of this business, and that's what we're going to talk about today. To make sure that you get all of our articles, there's links in the articles. There's an article that comes out with every single podcast that we do. So make sure that you get that link. I'll be updating actually the last article I wrote on this. And so Hero Mountain Summit, of course, you want to get there, but our goalsforyourlife.com/newsletter. You'll get right there. You can sign up very, very easily. So I'll remind you that at the end. So, well, tell everyone, hello, Veena. You are in a beautiful red sweater. And if you're watching the video, you will see Veena, how beautiful she is. So Veena, tell everybody hello. And what I want you to do is, I seldom do this big intro all about you because I like you to talk for yourself and tell everyone a little bit of your brilliant background because you do coding, you do everything. So why don't you tell everyone, just, remind us of your background?
Yeah, definitely. Thank you so much for having me, Deborah. I'm excited to be here. I think when did I speak to you last? Like 3 years ago, right? 2020, maybe?
Right. It was 2020.
Yeah. And so much has changed since then. As you know, I'm like a software developer. That's the main thing. That's how it started. But I have just this passion for marketing. So I feel like I'm in a unique position because I'm a techie, but with a passion for marketing. I use all of my own tools, membership plugin, quiz plugin, shopping cart plugin, everything that I have created. I have had a need for it myself. So I am in a unique position because I don't just talk about stuff. I just don't, create stuff based on random ideas, right? It's all based on real needs we all have as online business owners to build and grow our business. And so all of my products are based on that. All of us, in my case, I sell software products as a main thing. I also have, a lot of online courses and challenges and all that stuff that I offer from my other side, training. Because I have a passion for marketing, I have a passion for teaching, I have a whole bunch of stuff that I do. Software products are still my main thing. But all of us, doesn't matter if you sell software, you sell, digital products, whatever it is that you offer, right? Courses, challenges, whatever it is that you do, we all have similar needs. We all need to, generate traffic to our site. We all need to build audience, grow our audience, right? Without it, we cannot really grow our business, scale our business. So we all need that. We all need to figure out ways to engage people that come to our site. We don't want them to just come and sign up and then just leave and forget about us. We want to make sure that whatever we create, whatever we offer, we are able to engage. We are able to keep their attention. So we want to, capture their attention. We want to keep their attention. We want them to consume our content. We want to help them get the results that they want. And we want to get their feedback. We want to help them get the results. We want to get their feedback so we can make our products better. So all of this can be automated, and that's what I love doing. All of my stuff is related to it. If you look at all of my products, they're all related to this main reason. I do all of this is because I want to help people with all of these different areas that is going to help them grow their business.
And that's so great because what you're doing is that's your mission. That is your purpose. And that's, it's very, very central. And I have tried a number of I've had Digital Access Pass, for a number of years because that's where our relationship keeps going. And even when I had to totally redo my website because it was hacked and it was a mess, I took everything off. everything off. And I came back to DAP. I call it DAP, Digital Access Pass, but that's what we're all called, DAPers or whatever that we do. But you've grown so much because it was membership. It's expanded into being a course creation sort of format. You've also have a quiz building. I want you to talk about some of those things because I have had on my website, I've used a number of different programs and I've gotten off of them and just gone with DAP. And so simple. Everything works together. It's just one of those it's the best kept secret up front. So when people go, oh no, I need to use this. I need to pay all this money to have this because I've got a deal on it. And then they have it for years and never use it. I use DAP every single day. So it's, why don't you talk about, I mean, there's been so many things happening since 2020, Veena. Just share a couple of the things, and then we'll talk about AI too, but a couple of the things that have happened since 2020, if you can remember even what our past interview was, but mainly we were focused on membership sites. So why don't you expand on a couple of those things?
Definitely. Yeah. So much has changed. It's not even like we change things once a month or once couple of months. It's like, we are changing things every single day, and there's no other way to do it because things are changing so fast in our industry, right? I want our users to have the best tool. Like, I don't want them to ever feel like, someone else can do this stuff and they have a lot more options to grow their business and we don't. I'd never want them to feel that way. And because I use my own products, so I know exactly what are the things we are missing and what are the things we can add to make things easier and better and faster. Last time, I think when I talked to you, I can't remember if we had the LMS at that point.
No, we didn't.
We didn't have. No. Okay. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, we have done so much with the LMS.
So much. Yes.
Yeah, it's one of the best.
Yeah,
and it's all designed based on. There's nothing like complicated about it. It's really simple concept, which is, easy to create. Basically, when you want to create an online course, you have to worry about, where do I put what? How do I make it look nice? And we want to take all that out of your thing because we want to give you an easy framework where your course is going to just look great by default. You don't have to worry about how do I make it look pretty? How do I make it look stand out? Because that's our job. So that's what we have done. We have added several options where you can decide, I want to use WordPress for my content. I want to use just DAP for my content, make it look great, right? So that's what I do. I offer a lot of courses and challenges from my site. I use DAP for it and it looks amazing. Like, I only have to worry about my content, right? I have to only focus on my content and not the look and feel because it looks great by default. So I can just record my videos and I can do my launches because I know that will take care of the rest. And yeah, AI stuff, we can talk about that and so much we have done in the AI area. And we also in the last 2020 August is when I launched SmartQuiz Builder. Mm-hmm. And 2020 August is when I launched and it has taken off. As you know, like there are thousands of people that are using SQB. It's a very popular quiz platform. I did a launch on AppSumo because of which we got a whole bunch of new people that became familiar, with what we do. And a lot of people also signed up for DAP after that. So that really helped us out a lot because there were a lot of people that didn't know about DAP before. But now a lot of people do, and that was all thanks to SmartQuiz Builder. SmartQuiz Builder is really popular, and it really can do a lot as a quiz. There's no other quiz platform like it. It's really unique in the number of things it can do. Quiz, typically, people think of quiz as something they can do to do assessments and tests and stuff like that. But SmartQuiz Builder is more of like a marketing machine. Like it can help you build your list. It can help you qualify your leads. It can help you offer your lead magnets. And it can also do all the other things that a typical quiz platform does. It's a lot more than that. It will help you personalize your content. It will help you create interactive content. So those are the things SQB can do. I also recently launched a list building bot plugin. You're probably familiar with that, and all the emails I've been sending about it. We haven't even launched it yet. Like, it's in the pre-launch phase. It's not available for download yet, but it's another awesome plugin. It's all based on interactive, conversational, way of communicating with your prospects. Because these days, if you just have like static content, whole bunch of text on your site, on your sales page, on your opt-in page, no one is going to read it. They are not going to sign up for it. Or even if they sign up, you're not going to have a high conversion rate because people are distracted, they're busy. And, you have to compete for their attention. There are a lot of people competing for their attention. So what do you have that as soon as they come to your site, within like 8 to 10 seconds, you got to convince them that you have to have a compelling copy and, visuals. And then you have to have interactive content so you can engage them. You can keep their attention, get them to answer the questions you have, and then they will sign up. So all of this, both SmartQuiz Builder and List Building Bot do it differently, but both have the same purpose, which is help you, build and grow your audience.
And what you do so well as well, because I've taken some of your courses as well, and I've had your elite membership. So with that, it's so worth it for me because of the support. If I have any questions or any issues, you go and fix it for me. If it's in the behind the scenes, you can get, on my website, you can do all of that with the code. But also that I have taken these mini courses with you from time to time, if I can fit them in. But on selling our products before it could even be ready, but we'd be ready enough to start it. And I did this actually with my Euro Mountain Summit the last time I launched it, because I had basically the content done, but I hadn't had it put all up on my website yet. So, but I knew since it was dripped content, you can do all of that with DAP. You can drip the content, you can do it different, you can do it groups, you can do it individual. There's so many things you can do, and you make it easy. The tech, I have to compliment you on your videos, how much better they've gotten through the years as well. So I have to, we can laugh about that because all of our material has gotten better through the years. Mine has too, but yours definitely has.
Thank you.
So because you use a lot of graphics, but there are so many options on that in being brave to put your stuff out there. And I've known people for so many years. It's like, oh yeah, I'm still working on my course. Well, how long has it been? Oh, it's been 2 years. Oh no, it's been 3 years. Now you got to just do it. And you really encourage people to do that, to get their content out. You have a very active Facebook group as well, Ask Veena, that you can look up. So why don't you talk about a couple of those things, and also how some of these additions have really influenced the growth of your business. How have you had to grow on the back end of your business because of the tech support? You're a very busy lady. You've got a family and you've got all of that. And so let's talk about that first on the back end, and how you were supporting people like me that ask, and in the middle of the night going, oh no, we're on the same time zone even, but it could happen late at night and what's happening. And you usually have something that will get back to me. So how have you handled that?
Yeah. Great question. Now, I have a team, I don't do it all by myself. I can't. And as you said, I have my kids and they are my priority. And I always want to make sure that I'm there for them. They are number one, right? So no matter what's happening in my life, if they need me, I need to be there for them. So that's always there. And as far as work, it's actually not too bad, even though people feel like, I'm working all the time. A lot of people ask me, like, how are you so productive? How do you get so much done? It's just that, I have figured out a way, I have a framework for everything. I don't overcomplicate anything that doesn't need to be. One thing I see all the time is people will sign up for DAP, and then a year later, they are still working on a test product because they are when you sign up for a big tool like DAP, right, it can do a million things. One common mistake I see people make is they want to learn everything about the tool. You didn't buy the tool to learn all about what the tool can do. That's not going to help you, right? You got to be really focused on what do you want the tool to do? And then ask those specific questions. This is exactly what I want. I want to just launch a lead magnet from this tool. Can you tell me step by step, what do I do to launch this lead magnet? That's it. That's all you got to do. That's the best way to do it anyway. Even if you have a membership platform, you should always start with the smallest product. That's what I tell everyone, start with a small product. It will help you get the tech out of the way. That way you're not going to get overwhelmed when you have to build a paid product that people are paying for. And then you're all stressed about, I don't know how to do the tech part. How do I set this up? How do I launch it? How do I create a payment button? What do I say on a sales page? So many things, right? So, but that's why you should always get a free product out of the way where there's no pressure. It's free, right? So First, create that, get the tech part out of the way. And once you figure out how to do a free product from a membership platform such as DAP, you can use DAP for freebies and paid products, memberships and courses and challenges. You can do it all. The best way to start is with a free product. Get the tech, get familiar with the tool. How do I set up a product? Product is a product. Doesn't matter if it's free or paid, it's all the same steps. Once you figure out how to do one product, what are the different elements of getting your product launched, get it out there, you're going to no longer feel overwhelmed. With DAP, I have noticed that people get overwhelmed initially because there's so much, right? So if you are really crystal clear on like, this is exactly what I want, this is what I want for my business, I have a plan, this is all I want to implement, and not get overwhelmed by the tech because this can do so much. How do I learn all of those things? You don't have to. You don't have to learn everything. Just learn what you need from it. That's the best way to use any tool. So that's what I would say. And what was your other question? How have we grown? A lot, right? A lot, because after we launched SmartQuiz Builder, as I mentioned, we got a whole bunch of new people that have come into our world, which is awesome. And so a lot of new people are familiar with what we do now. And also because I do this as part of the elite membership, we do these one-on-one calls with a lot of people, which is awesome. I love doing it because it tells me exactly what are people struggling with when they start using DAP. That has always been my focus. Like, I don't want people to say like DAP is so hard to use, or, SQB is so hard to use, or any of my products so hard to use, because we have to figure out what can we do to make things easy so they are not, overwhelmed by the tech, but they are able to do what they need to do to launch the product. So that's what we have been doing continually. Like every time I get on a call, I'm always trying to figure out where they're getting stuck. And so that's what we have done. Like we just recently added like an opt-in page builder. When you have, say, you want to launch a lead magnet from your site, there are so many pieces, right? To launch a lead magnet, like you have to create an opt-in page. That's the page where people are going to sign up. You got to create an opt-in form that goes on your opt-in page so people can sign up and get access to this freebie. When they sign up, where do you send them? You got to send them to a thank you page. When you send them to the thank you page, what happens next? You got to send them an email with their login details so they can log in. When they log in, what happens next? They need to be able to access this download, this content that they signed up for. And then you got to set up follow-up emails because otherwise they're going to forget about it. They're not going to consume this content. If they don't, there's no point, right? Because you don't want people to just sign up and do nothing with it. So then all of this stuff can be a lot. And this is just for a freebie. Now, if you're doing a paid product, there's a lot more work that goes into it. So what we recently did was we added like a lead magnet builder so that people sign up for DAP and they're like, I don't know, how do I offer this lead magnet from my site? Does DAP create my opt-in page? Does DAP create my thank you page? DAP is a membership plugin. If you use any membership plugins, they are not going to create all of these pages for you, right? It's not like a SaaS platform. It's a membership plugin. It will do all of the backend stuff for you. You can create your product. You can protect your product. You can deliver your product. You can send the welcome email, but you still have to create your opt-in page. You still have to create your thank you page. But because of the questions we were getting, like people getting confused, we want to make it easy. Every step of the way, we are always looking to make things easy. So we just launched this opt-in page builder where it will create your opt-in page and not just, any random opt-in page. It uses AI to create a compelling opt-in page. It knows exactly what should go in the headline. It knows exactly what should be in the subheadline. It knows benefits, the value, the transformation that your lead magnet is going to offer. So all of this, it uses all of that stuff to use AI to create the opt-in page, use AI to create the thank you page, use AI. It automatically generates a sign-up form using SQB SmartQuiz Builder. So all of this is automated now. So these are the things we have been doing, to help people with our stuff. I don't know if I answered your question, by the way. Your question was, how have we grown?
Well, I told you this would be a conversation, so that's exactly. I'm glad you're talking.
Yeah, there was a lot of questions. There were a lot of things you asked, so I can't fully remember if I answered all the questions. But yeah, my Facebook group, I have a lot of people in there. You always have like your true fans, then you have followers, then you have people that are there just because they are interested in the stuff they have bought from you. They don't really have a relation with you, but they just want to learn about the stuff, So there are all sorts of people in my Facebook group. And it's really nice, like, to have so many different people. I am only using it. I'm not able to do support. It's very hard to do Facebook group for a tech product because people will often, as soon as they have a problem with their software, they will post it in the group, and I can't manage it because my team is not there, So I have to tell them, go ahead and open a support ticket. My team is good. They will respond to you. So that's the thing I often, with the tech product, it's hard to do support in a Facebook group, but overall it's been great because I think our DAP community and our SQB community, people are just awesome, so supportive.
They really are.
Yeah.
And excuse me, with your Ask Veena, it's called Ask Veena. If anybody's looking for that on Facebook, I'll put some of those links on the article and in the notes. But the thing that's nice about this is I have a separate folder in my files on just information that when I go back to it for creating something else. And I think with this AI tool, how great, because I was just updating another free resource yesterday thinking, okay, I've created this mini course, but really I needed to have a product to be able to have follow-up emails on this, which I didn't have.
Yeah.
So I had to add that. But it's very helpful that you've added those things as we go along, and sometimes when I have those questions, Veena, I will go to that Facebook page and think, okay, did I already ask this? Where are some of the answers that you've already put? Because you could do a search tool there, and you can find some of those other answers. And I did this on being able to create different groups also for selling a course. And it was like, oh yeah, that's what I meant by when I was putting that down in my notes. And so I will add to my notes, and it made a quick change to be able to do that. And as you said, which was great to hear directly from you, is you're always trying to make it easier for the common people. I'm techie to an extent, nothing like you, nothing like you, but I've not been afraid of it. I've had to do this in the music field. You have to do a certain amount of it and get stuck a certain amount of times that you feel like, okay, well, there always has to be some sort of option. Okay, you got to be able to get out of this. So it's made me at least not afraid of it. But it's the normal people can do this. And you have guided me to some of that as well. With some of the personal calls, you've been available, or, I've always had the answers I've needed. It immediately gets solved. So I think that's, in developing your team has been a wonderful, I've noticed that through the years. It used to be Veena. I was sure up at night and doing a lot of this.
Yeah.
And I love it where your priorities are. We just married off our third son, and it is worth, I've always put that family is very, very important. I've always continued to work all the way through, but putting those priorities is very, very, very important, especially as an entrepreneur. It's hard to turn it off, isn't it?
Definitely. Yeah.
It's really hard to turn it off.
Yeah.
So, well, let's talk about how maybe some of the other things that have happened with you, some of the things that you see for the future. AI is huge right now. And, I'm on AppSumo too. I kind of see all the new things, and there's new things out every week. Yeah. So with DAP, now how long has DAP been around, by the way? How many years?
2008, October. It's one of the oldest membership plugins,
okay,
probably the second or third.
Yeah. It's been around for a while. So it has gone through, it's gone through the battle. Okay. Yeah. So quite a bit of that. So you're and also your help, all of your support, even online, your videos, everything have just really grown through the years. They're so very helpful.
Thank you.
And step by step by step. And when I first was launching, I changed because I remember I think we had a separate interview about when I was just putting on one of my courses on DAP, and I had changed from another WordPress plugin that there were some limitations, and we were all waiting for DAP to do this. We were all, it was in the support. When are you going to start this? So as soon as you had that going, it's like, okay. And it's work. If anybody doesn't know that, it is work to change platforms. It's what I talk about.
Definitely.
All the different pages you have to redo and all, but we got on a call and you just gave me some good clues. And then we were able to do an interview and then give you access to, be able to, say this process, which was amazing. And I'm so happy. This is what I've used. And now you've grown too, even in your templates of the DAP templates. And you turned me on to another program, which is Thrive Architect, which I continue to use on everything. And it's, I bought it way back when you didn't have to renew it every year. Yay, I've done my lifetime. So, but it really, really makes a difference. So, what are some of those things that you see for the future, and especially with AI? None of us can just predict the future, but there's a lot of opportunities. And how do you see DAP in continuing to compete in the marketplace?
Yeah, I mean, so much has changed now. Like everything that we do, we are looking to integrate AI with it so that, and also, just because we have AI, it doesn't mean that, let me back up a little bit. So speed to market is everything. I just posted this in my Facebook group the other day, because if you are slow and you are overthinking it and you are, focusing on the small aspects, like little things that really does not make a difference, and you don't launch your thing, and because you're overthinking this stuff, somebody else is going to do it. Because everything is easy now, right? With the ChatGPT, and people have so much help now compared to before. So if you don't do it, someone else is going to do it. No one is going to be waiting, right? So you are going to lose your customers, potential customers, to someone else if you just keep thinking and don't do it. So if you want to win in this kind of, in this whole AI is dominating the marketplace now. So if you want to be successful, you have to get things out there. You cannot overthink it. Our job as software creators is that we have to make it easy for you guys, where you don't have to figure out the AI part. It has to be integrated in our software in such a way you don't even feel it like you're doing it, right? It has to be completely seamlessly integrated into our stuff. So that's what we are trying to do. We started with the AI in Course Builder, where you can let DAP know as you're creating a course. I want to build it from scratch, which is, I'm going to build it myself. Or you can say, I want to help me with AI and build it for me. Give me the first draft, and then I'll make updates to it and I'll make it better, right? I'll add my content to it, but give me the first draft, please, right? So that's the best way to do it, because then you don't have to create the whole framework, set it all up. You can let it know, here's the goal of this course. Here's what I'm looking to teach. Here's the outcome I want for my students. Go ahead and create it for me. I want 5 modules and 10 lessons. I want 3 modules and 8 lessons, whatever, right? Let it know. That's all you have to say. And you can also select the language in which you want to create the course. And it will first give you the outline. If it's going to use AI, figure out the outline for you. And it will say, okay, here's the course outline. This is the table of content for your course. Do you like it? You can say, no, I don't like it. Give me something different. Or you can say, yes, I like it. Then you can go to the next step. Then you can say, okay, now build on, give me the content for each one of the lessons that you have here. So it's going to go use AI to actually create the content for each one of your lessons. And you can say complete, finish button, and you will have the course done for you. So you can go preview the course, and it's already there. Your entire course is there. Of course, it uses AI for it, and you should not use AI generated content just like that. No one is going to read or consume your content if it's just AI. But now you have the first draft done. You have the lessons. You don't have to manually figure out the tech. All you have to do is edit the course, go back to the lesson builder, edit the lesson, and make updates to it, right? Add your stuff to it, because your knowledge, your skills, your experience, that's what you need, right? You need to infuse it with your stuff. But it's easy to do it because the framework is done. The tech part is no longer a concern because it's all done for you. Now you can go and just update it with your content, which is exactly what creators should be doing, right? Not worry about the tech, but focus on their content. So that's what we did with the Course Builder. It's DAP is probably maybe still the only membership plugin that can do it like this, like the way we have done it with the Course Builder. And the other thing we have done is the PDF. So say that you want to create a report, you want to write a book, and you want to use AI help to create the first draft of your PDF of your book. You can do that too. You can say, I want to create a book. This is what the book I want to teach in my book or want to share in my book. Go ahead and create this book for me. So you let it know what you want from it. It's going to create an entire PDF for you, a nice looking PDF. It's going to give you a chance to update the content of the PDF. So you don't have to use whatever AI gives you. You can update it. You can say finish, and that's it. You have your lead magnet done in no time. Like in 5 minutes, you have your whole lead magnet done. And now you can publish it. You can start building your list. Obviously, you should update it, but you can publish it and build your list. So we have added AI there. And with the opt-in stuff that I was telling you, the opt-in page builder, now DAP can create your opt-in page, which means you don't have to figure out, what do I say on my opt-in page? How do I write a compelling copy? How do I convince people to sign up for my stuff? You don't have to, because DAP does for you. You can say, I want an opt-in page. This is the topic. Create a compelling copy with the right headline, with the right subheadline, the right benefits, all of that stuff on that page, and it automatically generates it with AI. So every step of that's what we're going to do next with the sales page. I had mentioned this in my group the other day. Like, we're going to do that next with the sales page. Even if you want to sell your product, you no longer have to worry about, what do I say on my sales page? How do I get more people to sign up for my stuff? DAP will create the first version of your sales page, then you can update it. So that's where we are going. We are trying to automate everything, even emails, follow-up emails, your follow-up emails. That can take people some time to create, like, what do I say in my first follow-up email? What do I say in the second? When do I make my paid offer? Right? So there is a sequence in which you should be sending your emails before you make your paid offers. So that also, we're going to use AI. That's where we are going next. Like, we're going to be using AI to do that as well. All of our stuff, SQB, you can create your quiz using AI. You can say, here's the quiz I want to create, a scoring quiz. And how well do you know WordPress? Okay, you want to create a WordPress test. You can get AI to create that entire test for you. It will create the quiz for you. It will look great. Now you can go to the back end and update it. Same thing with personality quiz. So all of that has already been, we've already done that. So anywhere we can use AI, we are going to use AI to make it easier, for our users.
That's amazing. I mean, it really is. And someone can be just totally overwhelmed by listening to this. But I loved that you said, start small. We have to start small in everything. We really do. Yeah. This is an amazing tool, just an amazing tool. Now, Veena, I have to ask you, how much of the actual coding do you personally do? Or are you able to farm some of that out?
I don't do much now, but I still do some. Like yesterday, day before yesterday, OpenAI platform, it came out with their latest update. And they have made huge updates to it, way better now. And so you can send a lot more data. You can get back a lot more data. You can create your custom chat bot, where you can create like a helper, right? Online helper, where you can say, this is my website. Go and scrape all this content. And this is all of my PDF report, everything, right? You can feed all that stuff to it. It will read that whole thing. And it will create a library of document for you. Now you can create a chatbot on your site, and you can say, if someone comes to my site, whatever they need, go check my documentation library that you have built here in the backend. Get and let them know, what the answer to that question is. Going to save you so much time from doing support, because all the stuff, read that information and give it to and process it. So they came up with an update. So yesterday I actually did some coding, because I wanted to be one of the first to actually figure out how to do it. And so we did a proof of concept. So I don't do a lot of coding, but sometimes I can't help myself, so I love coding. I love doing it. But now I have my team. So most of the things I explain to them, like, we come up with a design, we decide what features we're going to have. They build it after that. So I try to, because I don't have that much time, like coding takes time and you have to test it. But I'm able to do some of the work and then hand it off after that. Then, they make it better and all that stuff. So I don't do a whole lot, but I still do some.
That's great. I mean, it's nice that you have a team now that you can trust and that would do it. And I knew at the beginning you were doing a ton of stuff in the back end.
Yeah, I was trust wasn't easy initially. Yes. I felt like, what if they screw this up? I don't want my customers to have stuff that's all messed up. I was possessive about the code to some extent. Yeah. So that has changed. Yeah, I can't do it by myself. So I have a solid team. Yeah, I have an amazing team.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, you've just really grown that way. And I never get into, how much everything has grown, but it's, you've grown by numbers quite a bit on people that are on the platform. Or can you even give a ballpark on how many people are actually using in some ways? Because you have different areas too that you sell, because you have a whole support group. I think you have a membership support group that, and I'll have you give all of that information at the very end. And how many DAP users are there now? Or do you have an estimate for us, or can you share any of that?
Active members, probably I would say 15,000 or so actively using. But it does not mean that all of them are, subscription-based users. Some of them have signed up in the past where when we didn't offer the subscription, we had like 28,000 members. And then out of that, I don't even know if all of them are still using it. We have thousands of websites, so many thousands where DAP is actually, because each person that buys DAP, they have multiple sites. So, so many websites are still using DAP. SQB, same thing, like probably 8,000 people now using SQB. It's hard to know. And even my courses and challenges, the other day I was looking at the numbers, it's not even like 1 year old. And there are so many thousands of people are already bought one thing or the other thing from my challenge site, which is not even like my software stuff. It's my courses, my training and stuff like that. So yeah, it's growing fast because people can see we are different, and we are evolving our products. We are not just standing still. We are making it better every single day. We are staying ahead of the curve. So you guys don't have to figure things out. We are figuring things out for you quickly and adapting and adding it quickly to our products. So that has definitely helped. I think people are beginning to realize that and see that we are different.
It's a challenge for me because I want to be able to use everything, but I don't have time. You only have so much time, and it takes time to go through. It's like having a new gadget. Okay, so you want to do. I'd love to use even the SQB, this quiz builder more. I'm looking forward to using the bot. When you're an elite member, you get all of those plugins, which is wonderful, by the way. And I actively use, a lot of those, and it's, it's just, there's a lot. So we just need to use the basics and to stay with our mission. A lot of my mission is, putting out a podcast and the content, continuous content, but then I always have a lot of freebies. Yeah. Like at a podcast I'm creating right now with the article, there's another free download. So I can do all of those free downloads, everything through DAP. And I look forward to be able to do all of the, all the steps on it then too. But, and you can always create beautiful visuals after you have the main information in there. But ChatGPT is amazing. That's changed our lives as content creators. And when you said, though, you always have to revise, there's a lot of revisions that I make on ChatGPT. I get ideas, though. I tell people there's a lot of ideas to be able to have. You have to give it where to go. And it's how good are those prompts that you put in? And then, but it's been wonderful to be able to have that, and they can recreate, and you just, it's made, it's like having another little assistant. It's just there all the time and increasing as it increases too. It's such it's a free tool right now, although there's a little bit that you can subscribe to, of course, because with the quiz builder and, I have that sort of account, but that you can get extra stuff from AI, from that chat. I think it's ChatGPT 4 or something that you have to, to do on that. Anyway, I've lost track of all those numbers. So, Veena, anything else that you want to say? Because I want people to hear even where your heart is for the future, or how people can get, you love teaching. And, it was actually a revelation to me that what drives me a lot in all of my business has been teaching, but yet I didn't want to stay in the classroom.
Yes.
It's just, and when I was going through school online, there was very no computers. It was just like, I'm sure there were, but that's not where we were. So, with online training, with all of, there's so many possibilities now. So what sort of area, how can people contact you? What offerings do you have as far as, getting on your mailing lists? How do they get a hold of you? And be able to connect in different ways with you?
Okay, that's a great question. So I'll send you some links that you can add to your site, so they can contact my Facebook link, my Facebook group link. They can let me know that they've found out about my stuff from your podcast, and also membershipsitechallenge.com. That's my train. I think you're a VIP member of that.
Yes, I think I don't know. I've lost track of the memberships that I have. Yeah,
membershipsitechallenge.com is my content site. All of my freebies, you don't even have to sign up for any paid stuff. You can just start with the freebies. You will find in the menu, you will find the link to sign up for my freebies. I have my link to my newsletter right there. So if you go to membershipsitechallenge.com/newsletter, you can sign up for my newsletter. I try to send an email once a week. Sometimes I don't, because depending on, the number of things we are doing. But most of the times I send one email every week. You're going to find a lot of value in that email. I'm actually working on a book. I just started working on it.
Good for you.
I have so much to share.
Yes.
And so many tips and simple tips and strategies that people, when they look at it, they'll be like, I wish someone had told me this before, like when I started my business. So I have a lot of those. So I'm just, started working on my book. Whenever I get 15 minutes time, I started writing that. I feel like I really need to get it out there. And the main thing is to it's easy to get overwhelmed. Like you said, even in our case, we offer so many tools. I feel for people, like you sign up for elite membership and you get all of these plugins and you feel almost like, I paid so much for it. I should just at least install all of it, but you don't have to. It's not going anywhere. If you do all of that, you are again getting sidetracked, because if you know exactly where you want to go and you're clear about, this is what I want to launch, right? This is a membership I want to launch, or this is the course I want to launch. And before I launch my course, I want to build my list. You need to have clear goals about what you want to do, how you want to start your business. What are the main things you want to accomplish? How much of time you want to give yourself to accomplish those things. Then one by one, use the tools that's going to help you get there. The main thing you're going to need is DAP, right, to create your products. The next thing you're going to need is Smart Pay Cart, which is our shopping cart plugin, to sell it, right? You created your product. How do you sell it? Then you're going to need SmartQuiz Builder, which is if you want to offer freebies, you want to not just have a static form where people ask for name and email and people leave. Imagine you come to my site, right? You have a whole bunch of things in your mind, and you're dealing with a whole bunch of challenges in your online business, and you're like, I wish there was someone who could just tell me. I don't want to read through this whole thing. I wish someone could just tell me if they can do this or not. I go to sites and I'm like, I'm not sure. I'm not getting it. I don't understand if this can do what I am looking for. Everyone has a specific need, their specific needs. That's where a quiz can help you. That's where the bot thing that we're doing can help you, because you can create a product recommend. That's how you should use a quiz. That's how you should use the bot. Create a product recommendation. If you go on to a physical store, if someone walks out and it's a big store, you just look at it, you're overwhelmed with all the choices you have. And you're like, this is exactly what I need. I wish there was someone who came out and just helped me with what I need. I just want my personal shopping assistant, right? That's what a quiz is. That's what a bot is. It's a personal assistant for the shoppers, so that they're not looking all over the place and not sure if you can do. You have what they need to help them overcome the challenge that they have. So you can use a quiz, even if you have a static form, okay, give me your name and email. I'll send you this download. Nobody cares, because this is what they see on all the sites. But if you have an attractive visual where they can see, how much do you actually know about this? Let me see, take the short quiz to see if we have what you're looking for, product recommendation, right? And even for podcasts, you can see people like Amy Porterfield or Jenna Kutcher, they all have quizzes where they ask them specific questions and they use it to redirect them and say, this is the right podcast episode for you, because you said you need help with this, you need help with list building. Go ahead and listen to these 5 episodes. This is all about list building. Or you need help with creating videos, go look at this, or courses, go look at this. So it helps people. It will help you send people in the right direction, but you don't have to do all of this at once, right? When you're starting out, keep it simple. Just learn the thing that you have to learn, like DAP. How do I do my free product? How do I launch it? How do I do my paid product? How do I create a payment button and launch it? Do one thing at a time. Tech will not overwhelm you if you keep it simple. If you try to do all the tools because you bought all the tools, you're not going to be successful with any one of them. And then it will take you forever to launch it.
Great advice. Yeah, because the overwhelm, especially in tech. And I've heard this a whole lot.
Yeah.
And it's just so valuable. Those are very wise words. And try not to sneeze here in on our video. So, but those are very, very wise words to say with anybody. It doesn't matter what program. Yeah. It's very, very wise words to do little bit by little bit by little bit. Yeah. And I talk about habits the same way. And as we approached, as we are going to be approaching a new year, as this is released, establishing new habits, just there's a great book too, Tiny Habits or Atomic Habits, any of those are great. But the small little steps, the same thing is applicable in software. Otherwise, you just never use it. And you're one of those people I talk to that, oh yeah, I've had that for years and I've never.
I know.
Yeah. It's like, really?
Yeah.
I mean, I am so cost conscious. If I'm not using some, it is out of there.
Yeah.
Because there's just things that other places you can spend those funds and also the energy. So, but if you use it, it's like a gym membership. Yeah. So, now I do a lot of my own because we've developed like some of our own equipment, do all of that. But with the gym membership, I was there, 5 days, at least a week. Yeah. Yeah. So just to make sure that, it was accountability as well. Yes, so that's a good thing. So, definitely. Well, your membership site challenge.com, I'll make sure that is in there to be able to connect with you and some of the other links. And also that Facebook group is it's very valuable to kind of see some of the current things that are happening. And also people say the problems that they're having, which is really, really helpful. You're going, okay, why don't I wait before I start before that gets, that'll get ironed out. I know the next, update version. And it's nice when you put when this is on your WordPress site, it's so easy now. It used to not be this easy, but when there's updates, you just press the link and it automatically, everything automatically updates. It's just, it's just really, the improvements that you've made for that. You have truly made it so much easier for the user. And so that is so great. Well, I just so appreciate this is so much fun to be able to get all of these updates, and especially as this is being released toward the end of the year, starting another year, I just want everyone to really realize how valuable, if you're going to expand your business or you're going a different direction, you're thinking about what do I want to do next? I'd really like to create some of these courses. How do I do this? You have so many informative videos and free courses, all of that, at least to check it out.
Yeah. And also, if you're not sure which one is right for you based on what you need, you just open a ticket and say, this is exactly what I'm looking to do. Can you point me to the right video where it shows me? Sometimes we may not have exactly the same thing. Then we'll send you step by step. Okay, we don't have a video for it, but these are the steps you can follow to do it. So that way you won't get overwhelmed. Just be clear about what you want. I also have like the membership site planner where you can write down, your plans. These are the products I want to offer. And then one by one attack it and say, okay, this is the product I want to do first. Can you tell me exactly where I go for this? Just ask that question, so we can help you out with it. So you don't have to figure it all out by yourself.
Yes. You've always, and knowing you, that if you get enough questions on it, you're going to have something else. You're going to have a video.
Definitely. Yeah. It's all based on what people are struggling with. Like recently someone said, I don't know, a few months ago, someone said, I don't know how to create an opt-in page. Doesn't DAP create it for us? Like, why doesn't DAP create it? Like, DAP is a membership plugin. It doesn't do all that stuff. But then we did it because, the thing we want to do with our software is like, it should be self-explanatory. Like a lot of things, I want to make it so easy where people don't have to even look at the documentation to figure out, how do I do this? How do I create a course? It should be so easy. Like it should be intuitive, right? Like, this makes sense. Everything has to feel like, this makes sense. So that's where we're not there yet. We are not 100% there yet, but that's where I want to get to.
Well, you have done an amazing job because I've been a part of this for so many years. And believe me, it is I'm so excited for your growth. And it's really fun to be a part of that and to see all of that's happening. And I'm trying to use more and more of the little options with Deb. But again, it's time. Yes. I mean, it's, and having launched children, grown children, it still is busy. Believe me.
Oh, same.
It is busy because part of the travel now is visiting them in different parts of the country, start to get grandkids. There's other priorities, but I want to be working into my 80s. I love what I do. Yeah. And with a software like DAP, with some of these AI to all of this, it's very, very possible. The amount of tech that we could use and to have a platform worldwide is just amazing. So
Thank you
anyway,
so
it
much.
really
You're
is.
too kind. You're too kind.
So Veena, thank you again. To make sure you get the newsletter, everything else, that the announcements for this, make sure you are on our newsletter as well, goalsforyourlife.com/newsletter. To say that slow, my husband always says I talk way too fast.
Oh my gosh. As I was talking to you, I was like, oh my God, I need to slow down. I need to slow down. I could not.
But Veena, you have slowed down. Believe me, I've seen your videos through the years. You have slowed down.
Oh, no. I speak too fast.
Yeah, I know. I was just really to the races. Also, DeborahJohnsonSpeaker.com. You can get me to, and DJWorksMusic.com. That was my first website that I had, the one that got hacked and the one that I used to have DAP on. Now my DAP is mainly on my Goals for Your Life. But I know I could put it on multiple ones. I just didn't want to manage multiple websites with it on. Yeah, it really does. It's just when you're, a solopreneur, I've got assistants, but it's still, I do a lot. So anyway, well, Veena, thank you again. And thank you all for joining us. And I'll look forward to being with you again next time.
Thank you.
So,
thanks for having me.
Bye-bye for now. Yes.
Thank you for joining us. It is because of our wonderful listeners like you that we keep going strong week after week. We'd love it if you'd share and follow us to not miss a single show and even write a review. You can also find all of our articles, products, and links at womenathalftime.com.